California has made its decision. The D4346 fills the gap. June has just begun and we still have a full month of events to go. All this and more on Around the Net RDH News this week. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Keith Duron, President of Peninsula Dental Hygienists Association, and here at Around the Net, our goal is to get into all your weekly RDH news in less than 5 minutes. So let's get started with story number one. Story number one comes to us from Mark Hartley from Dentistry IQ reporting. California hygienists confirmed board's decision to not sign the ADHA agreement. The California Dental Hygienists Association terminated its charter today with the ADHA on the second day of a meeting in a downtown Fresno hotel. The decision reflected an effort by the CDHA to manage its assets as well as its own identity in the American dental hygiene community. Earlier on Saturday, CDHA members supported a March decision of its board of trustees to terminate a charter agreement with the ADHA in historic vote. The landslide outcome: 140 members of the State Dental Hygiene Association's House delegates supported its board compared to 14 in opposition, completely contradicted apparent decisions on the first day of decision making during the 3-day meeting. At the end of the first day, the CDHA appeared to be leaning toward ongoing discussions with the ADHA for as long as a year, but a strongly worded report out of a CDHA reference committee helped turn the tide. Delegates confirmed this board belief that a charter agreement with the ADHA would be too costly and financially detrimental to the state's dental hygienists. The voting started around 11:20, and by 12:30, delegates were busy revising the bylaws governing the Professional Trade Association, crossing out ADHA in favor of CDHA in regard to rules regarding membership dues and etc. The delegates voted in support of CDHA that would have the structure, resources, and leadership for guiding dental hygienists practicing in California. Several delegates spoke of a mistrust that the ADHA would negotiate from its position to achieve uniform agreements with all constituent societies in the United States. Currently, the ADHA has also granted extensions to 2 other states, Minnesota and Florida. 2 comes to us from the new ADA guidelines published on May 17th. And this is for the new guideline for code D4346, which becomes effective January 1st, 2017. And this states D4346 is for scaling in presence of generalized, moderate, or severe gingival inflammation, full mouth, after oral evaluation. This is indicated for patients who have swollen, inflamed gingiva, moderate to severe bleeding upon probing. To assist with these guidelines, the ADA has also published some questions and answers to it. First question comes: why was a new scaling code added to the CDT code? And the answer for this was, filling this gap will result in more accurate documentation and reporting by eliminating consideration of undercoding as a prophylaxis procedure and overcoding as a scaling root planing procedure. Question 2 was, would the D4346 procedure code be appropriate for a hard prophy where more time than usual is required to remove plaque, calculus, and excessive staining from the tooth structures in order to control local irritational factors? The answer for this was, if the hard prophy is being defined strictly by the amount of time required to complete the procedure, then no, D4346 is not appropriate. D4346 procedure is applicable when there is generalized moderate or severe gingival inflammation in the presence of attachment loss. In other words, the procedure is based on the diagnosis rather than the intensity of treatment required. And last question we're going to ask is, D4346 is a full mouth procedure. Does this mean that it's completed in a single day? The response was, this procedure is expected to be completed on a single date of service, but patient comfort and acceptance may require delivery of more than one visit. Should more than one day be required, the date of completion is the date of service. Folks, it's June and it is officially Dental Technician and CDHA Appreciation Month. So on behalf of the Peninsula Dental Hygienists Association, I would like to take this time to acknowledge and give special recognition to all the dental technicians out there for their hard work, quality service, and dedication to the patient and the profession. Although generally operating behind the scenes of the oral health team, dental technicians are a crucial part of ensuring delivery of quality care. Also, ADHA annual session will be next week in Pittsburgh. Hope to see you all there. I'm Keith Duron from PDHA. You've been watching Around the Nets, RDH News This Week. We'll see you next week. Have a great day.